What's up guys, BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Eternal Evolution, and today we're going to be going over the Easter battle, mainly the Bombland one, because, well, your running line, it really just depends on how strong your actual account is to actually get, like, as high points as possible. We're on an early game server, and we are absolutely rocking it, and again, the running line, there's not much to talk about. You just have to have Nord, you have to have really good synergies to deal tons of damage. The amount of damage we do is going to be very small compared to someone on an older server, like literally a quarter of the damage. I'm pretty sure people will be able to do over 20 million in daily damage. But Bombland is interesting because your actual damage numbers don't really matter. I'm going to show you guys one of these runs here. We're going to show you a team that we've been running. Again, you can only use Hunter, Energy, and Support heroes. You don't technically need any type of healing, anything like that. In my opinion, there's a couple things that we're using that are really good, and then we'll go over the heroes that work really well too. So we're going for attack speed buffs. So increases AS by 250 when a basic attack inflicts damage to 2 or more enemies. There's going to be, what, 6 enemies, I think, up at all times. And again, damage numbers don't matter. So we're just going for as much attack speed on this team as possible. The other thing that's really good I found is Flowing Rune. When an allied energy or hunter hero inflicts damage to 3 or more enemies at the same time, you recover 200 energy. That happens a lot, which is really good. Everything else doesn't really matter. I want to show you guys the fight itself because, again, you don't need to, I mean, if you run this on manual, you'll be good. So far, I've gotten to the very last wave. It's very, very tricky here. And the type of heroes you use want to be multi-hit targets. So you see, we're doing damage numbers, but you'll notice the damage is not really relevant to the points earned as much. I mean, it does do damage, so yes, of course, the higher the damage your count is, the better. But the things that do the most damage are going to be these bombs right here. So you want to make sure these bombs are just getting pushed all the way to the enemy side. You don't want any of them on your side of the battlefield, because if they hit your side of the battlefield, well, guess what? They're going to explode and kill your entire team. So you see here, the first couple rounds are very, very easy. And you'll notice there's a couple specific heroes that do very well in this one. Nord, surprisingly, isn't that great. Most of his attacks are a single target hit. But other ones like Ravenna, Luke, things like that, they are very good, pushing it all the way back. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, is on this one here. Technically, what you really want to be able to do is save up some actives at the end of this round for the beginning of next. So if it looks like you're already pushing them across, what I would do is I'd try to save like some of the actives here, like especially Ravenna, so that she can pop her one right when it gets to the other side. Honestly, I'm just going to turn them all off since we're good. You notice we're pushed all the way to the other side. Then I'm going to put them back on so that hopefully we can push them again all the way back. And again, if we can keep them all the way on the other side, that means we can then turn off the auto once again. And you can see this is the round where it really becomes a struggle of who is going to win out here. The timer and the energy is really close. I'm actually, oh man, I gotta leave it on. Ravenna's is going to be completely wasted. Oh, maybe I should have waited. I think they all go over there, which is good. Now, this is the round that gets really tricky. If you can get them all on the other side, it's amazing, but it is very difficult to do. It's very, very hard. I think we might actually make it. And we've only done this like one other time before. He hits like all of them, but we're actually, oh wait, can we get every single bomb on the other side? No, we can't, but we still did 5.6 million, which is pretty impressive. My best result was getting all of those bombs onto their side, which is pretty cool, and we did 7.1. Again, damage does matter here, but majority of the damage that's going to end up being done is by those bombs, because you're going to be targeting all of them. There could be maybe a strategy that if you're doing really good damage and they're already on his half of the battlefield, you can manually select heroes to target the boss directly, potentially. But you're going to want to do a ton of these attempts and try to maximize your daily score anyway, because there are daily rankings and there are daily ranking rewards. So you really want to push to get like the best score possible. And of course, there's an all-time ranking as well, and there's some additional rewards. Getting top 3, gonna get you one of those gene hybrids and a ton of mythic runes, so that is gonna be really good. And of course, you're getting daily mythic runes, which is pretty nice, and more importantly, those Easter egg tokens for more painting. So that is pretty solid. Now, again, there's a couple heroes that I've personally noticed that have been very, very strong in this, and it really doesn't matter how powerful they are, so long as they're on their team and you're dealing that bomb damage. One of them is going to be Ravenna. I think she is like potentially one of the best ones, because essentially she enters a frenzied state when she uses her ultimate, temporarily increasing her skill damage, but mainly rapidly casting 1 instance of incendiary grenade and 2 instances of frenzy shooting. This is amazing because this is that nice fan attack that just pushes everything back at the same time. So it's like 1, 2, 3 really big hits in a row. Really awesome. So she is one that is a very good hero for this. Another one's the newest hero, because first off, she increases the attack speed of her allies, which is going to be really good. And then on top of that, she basically hits 2 different targets, so she's hitting multi-target, which is very important. I tried Emma in this. She just like hyper focuses one target. Was not a fan of it, but really good, especially when she's getting more AS and she can do additional missiles. And one of the other ones that was kind of a sleeper, Sorietta, I think that's how you say his name. So this one's pretty impressive, because if you noticed, poison spheres deal 20% damage to enemies upon making contact. Essentially what happens is these spheres will start rotating around the battlefield here, and every time they pass through an enemy, it pushes them back. So you got these 3 spheres kind of going around, and I want to try to highlight that now that we talked about it on what you're looking for. So if we go back into the Easter battle, we watch this one more time. We're going to jump in here. His attack is pretty impressive. Essentially what happens is he's going to have to use, see these purple orbs right here? They're pushing them back. Every time they hit something, it's a pushback. At least it looks like it is. Maybe it's not. Actually, you know what? It might not be a pushback, so he might not be as good as I originally anticipated. It's really hard to tell with all the things that are going on the screen. Let's watch right here. So let's watch this top target here. It's really hard because sometimes other people attack at the same time. I want to wait one more time just to see if his orbs are doing anything here. So right here, is he getting pushback? It doesn't actually look like it is pushing back. It's so hard to tell if it's his normal attack or if it's the actual orb flying around. So be wary about that. But I think Ravenna is honestly going to be like one of the best heroes for this game mode. And yeah, it does get a little tricky. You do want to save your ultimates if possible when you're already winning the battle. Making sure heroes don't use their ultimates that are going to have like good AoE at the end of a round is very big. But I'm thinking this, I mean, let me see if we can actually get this one to be one more really good attempt just to finish this out. Nord, like I said, isn't that great. He has what? His ultimate and his one cone attack that is pretty solid. But after that, he just kind of basic attacks a single target, which is not great. You want people attacking like Ravenna with that huge fan attack. Just absolutely amazing. Let's just turn all these off to save them up if they haven't already used them. We'll turn it back on for the beginning of this round, and we'll try to do that one more time here. So I'm really hoping Ravenna can really push the enemy away, but sadly she only has one ultimate. Getting, I feel like, 2 ultimates on this round is the big one to make sure that you can push to the last final battle. Oh, this is going to be so close. We actually might have a couple bombs explode on our side of the battlefield. Doesn't look like... Oh, we barely made it. Let's see. This is going to be huge. Ravenna has an ultimate right here. So does Nord to push them back. Oh no, I don't know if we're going to have enough. We have an ultimate down here as well, and Luke. Ravenna, I don't think is going to get another ultimate, though. That's what we really need. We need to push all of these back. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Oh, it split perfectly. We got 6.5 million, which again was pretty solid. And honestly, a good majority of it is thanks to Ravenna. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your strategy is for Bombland, because it is a crazy one. Make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. We're going to have multiple videos a day coming out for you guys on content on Eternal Evolution. Make sure if you're brand new to the channel, you use the link in the description to create your account and everything. That is our creator code. And I'll see you guys next time.